back with Bobby and JJ Radio. Today we're speaking everything need to know. Our next guest is Warren Beamer. He's the executive director of the Community Outreach Program. He's actually also the pastor at the Healing Place Church. He's been a pastor for 25 years. He's from Baton Rouge, hence the LSU stuff that he's sporting right there. How you doing today? How you doing today, Warren?
Doing great. How about y'all?
Great. I'm so thankful that you're here with us today and just talk about everything about Need to Know. Now, what is the true heart of the Need to Know?
The true heart of Need to Know, if you know the founders and directors that have started it, it isn't in just gaining something that's income and base for themselves, but it's all about giving back.
Sure.
I've known the family that started Need to Know and the founders of it. I've known them for 20 years.
Right.
And I've never seen them in a spot where they weren't putting back in the community, putting back in people, putting back in the nonprofits and places around them to make sure people's lives were touched. One of the main things we need to know is that there are needs out there in people's lives.
Right.
We need to know that there's people that are hurting, that are not where we're at, that need another opportunity, need another chance, need somebody to reach out into the middle of who they are. And we want other people to know at the same time
Sure.
that's part of Need to Know. Putting into our community, revitalizing neighborhoods, feeding children internationally, working with homeless shelters. We work currently with nonprofits all over San Antonio, from right now from the Dream Center to Child Custody Solutions, the Blue House. These are all organizations that literally reach into children's lives and families,
right.
low to moderate income families, mainly of San Antonio, and see their lives affected for a better place.
Right, that's awesome.
So Warren, can you touch a little bit on how Need to Know is helping businesses give more to nonprofits?
Well, it enables a business to do it just by the regular advertising dollars that they do. Every time a business actually buys an ad on Need to Know, 10% of that order, 10% of whatever they put towards advertising goes to a nonprofit in the city of San Antonio. Every time a business signs up to advertise on Need to Know for a different zone or section, they're putting food in the mouth of children. They're putting roofs on families' homes. They're putting clothes on people's back. Every single time somebody goes on there and they see an ad, they're going to see at the bottom of that business's ad an Angel Network symbol. That Angel Network is going to let them click on the exact nonprofit that business supports, as well as it will open up 160 other nonprofits that are right here in San Antonio that are touching the city. So the businesses are not only doing it by spending their advertising dollars, but they're linking themselves to a cause in the city that people will see that cause and 160 other causes that they can support at that exact moment.
You said you spoke of the Angel Network. What is the Need to Know Angel Network?
The Need to Know Angel Network is 160 nonprofits that have been recommended to us, and we vetted through seeing the realness of their work, that they're not just in name only, but that they literally get into the needs, they get their hands dirty in the community, they get down to the dirt with people and see their lives change. So as they've been vetted, recommended by other people, and vetted through our own internal process, we announce them on our network. We have a whole section of this website that's just for nonprofits, that's just for how we can affect the community. And it's not just that for San Antonio, it's that for Victoria, for Austin, for all the places we're opening up, that we're literally going to be touching all parts of the community by not only the advertising dollars and individual business spends, but literally the consumers will have the needs of the city put in front of them on a regular basis through that Angel Network.
If you're just joining us, we're speaking with Warren Beamer. He's the executive director of the Community Outreach Program with Need to Know. He's also the pastor at the Healing Place Church. Now, Warren, I know you mentioned a couple of the nonprofits, but what are some of the other nonprofits that you haven't mentioned so far that you guys are serving?
Well, different ones that we've signed up this week, taking it to the streets. They're a nonprofit that's based out of Bernie, but they touch all of San Antonio. We met with them yesterday on the possibility of them coming into our Angel Network. They literally put food and clothing into people on a weekly basis from donations that come all over especially the Bernie area of San Antonio, of our state.
Sure.
The Dream Center in downtown San Antonio, right now we work everything from clothing and feeding children and families to help making sure that families have what they need to be able to stay together. We work with a lot of CPS cases to where, the first case we worked on was a single mother of 9 kids who only had 5 beds in her house.
Wow.
And in the state of Texas, you have to have a bed for every child.
Sure.
It's not like when I was growing up, we could all pile in one bed and just all be together.
Right.
You got to have a bed for each child. So this lady had to literally choose which of her 4 children were going to go into Child Protective Services custody.
Wow.
That was our first case to really work in that direction. It's meeting some needs like the Blueprint Ministries on the south side of San Antonio. In the last 5 years, they've rebuilt over 200 homes throughout San Antonio that are homes of elderly, low-income families that would not have a roof over their head. One of the ones we were involved in specifically, we raised and leveled the floor, replaced the floor, all their kitchen counter, all their plumbing. We built them a bathroom. We redone their sewage pipes outside, put a new roof on, sheetrocked the whole inside of the house, and fixed 2 massive holes. This was a 78-year-old grandmother that had 2 children. Those are the people that we're helping daily and weekly through the Need to Know Network.
That's awesome. And so you guys are vetting these programs just like they vet the top 10, industry top tier professionals in every single category, every single portal. Need to know you guys are also vetting it, like you said, making sure that the money's going where it's supposed to be going, making sure that the people are getting what they really should be getting.
These programs we check out to make sure that these are not just nonprofit in name only. They're in the middle of the streets, in people's lives. That's why we call them our Angels Network, because they literally are angels in the middle of the community.
And how can our listeners or anyone else, how can they donate to these organizations, or how can they get to them or figure out who they are and, what maybe something that feels they pertain to them, personally, that they can go and just give money to these organizations? How can they do that?
Well, they'll literally be able to, at that Angel Network symbol at the bottom of our homepage, they'll be able to click on that. It's going to take them right to our nonprofits page. They might love the Wounded Warriors. That's one of the nonprofits that we support. They'll be able to click right on the Wounded Warriors and donate right there from that page. They'll also at the same time be able to tell the business owner, they'll be able to vote through them and say, we want our end of the year donations, a gala that we're going to have at the end of the year. We want our end of the year donations to go towards this nonprofit. And that's going to create a voting process to where some of the nonprofits that will receive extra funding from what we raise through the year, through that 10% from each sale done of an advertiser on the network, and it will have a gala at the end of the year that's going to allow us to give to certain nonprofits according to where the community has voted and wanted their money to go towards.
That's awesome. So, how would a nonprofit that's not featured on Need to Know right now, because I know you're the man to talk to, how can they maybe be set up to talk to?
All they've got to do is dial my phone number.
Sure.
That's 210-392-6157.
Say that one more time.
210-392-6157 or 225-806-6480. 225-806-6480. Now, I also have a website that's Warren Beamer. That's Beemer is that last name. So WARREN BEEMER at ND2NO.com. That's ND2NO.com. If they'll call us or email us, what we'll do is we'll literally get a graphic from their nonprofit, pictures that they have, and our staff will build them a half-page ad that will go up on our site, that whenever they click on child services, they'll go, and one of our nonprofits that we work with there is Children's Cup International. They feed children all over the world. Amazing, amazing nonprofit. And they'll click on Children's Cup, and a half-page ad will show up that will have everything that they do, a direct link to their website, photos of what they do, how to contact them, and a donate button that they can donate to them directly.
That's awesome. So, real quick takeaway. I know you're doing something at the end of the year. What is it? I heard it's really special.
We're having a gala that's going to end the year off and get us ready for a launch into the next year every year. That we'll announce the winners from the voting from the people that have supported these businesses.
Sure.
A massive party we'll do downtown that we'll be giving out cash awards to these nonprofits that have really been prevalent in the community.
Right.
And at the same time be announcing the plans we have for the next year and launching people into great growth.
That's incredible. As a business owner, I think that's great, because if we're advertisers, then we're part of that. Sometimes we're a little bit too busy to give back ourselves as far as money. We have the time. Sometimes we do a lot of stuff with Habitat for Humanity and the food bank, but this is just another way as a business owner to give back to the community through the needtoknow.com.
Those are two of our nonprofits as well.
That's awesome. So I really appreciate you guys coming down from the Need to Know. Everyone needs to check out this website. It's coming out. It's going to be launching very quick. Here it's ND2NO. Again, that's ND2NO.com. You can get hold of Gabriella, Josh, Warren. They're all going to be on the website. Of course, tune in next week with Bobby and JJ Radio. Will be every Sunday at 9:30 a.m. at 10 o'clock on The Answer.
Bye.